Let's talk driver. So I've been coaching for a long time now, over 20 years, and the most common miss with the driver is out to the right, be it a push, a slice, but a ball that misses the fairway on the right. So I'm going to give you in this video 3 things that you can do whilst you're on the golf course to fix that. So if you step onto the course and you're starting to miss it out the right, you can do these things straight away to get instant results. Now, when we're looking at fixing a ball which finishes out to the right, we really have to address 2 things. We have to address the club face position through the swing, and we have to address the path of the golf club at impact. We're going to do that in this video. So when we're looking at club face, which is massive, if you get that club face a little bit open at impact, you're likely going to miss it out to the right. We have to pay attention to the grip. So the first thing I'd like to do is check the grip. And you can do this little trick to influence the club face. You're going to take a tee, okay, just any tee would do, and I'm going to pop it just into the crease on the top of my left hand. Now, when I take my hand on the golf club, if that tee starts to point in front of the golf club, as you can see it does there, that indicates to me that my grip is weak. That is likely to open the club face through the swing. So what I'd love you to do is on the golf course, take your lead hand and just rotate it a little bit more on top of the golf club. And look at that, the tee now falls in line with the grip or in line with the club shaft. That tells me I've strengthened my grip. And when you strengthen your grip, that is going to influence the club and cause it to even potentially close a little bit rather than open. If you're still missing out to the right, you know, go a little further. Get that tee to point a little bit behind the golf club. I say this is going to have an instant impact on the club face, and that in turn is going to have an instant impact on the ball flight. So there's your first thing you can do on the golf course. Now the second thing is a little trick we can do with the golf ball. When we're hitting driver, you're always going to be teeing it up. Okay, there's not many people now hit these off the fairway. So have a look at this. I can influence, or I can give myself a really nice little visual. I'm using the tour response stripe here, so I can choose how I place that ball on the tee, whether I put the stripe in this position or this position. So this would be the stripe sort of pointing or aligning down the center of the fairway. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to twist it a little bit so that the stripe on the golf ball sort of heads more up into the right rough or the trees on the right hand side, so it's angled out to the right. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because if you're missing the ball out to the right, it's a very, very good chance that your club is working out to in at impact. And we know that an out to in path creates curve on the golf ball and it causes it to miss way out to the right. So what I'd love you to do, set the golf ball up this way, and then very simply through your golf swing, you're trying to get the sensation that you're going to be hitting that stripe with your driver head. Now, if I make that really common sort of over the top movement this way, it's going to feel, or I'm going to have the ideas that I'll be hitting the outside sort of far part of the golf ball, not on that stripe. So it's a really simple little visual cue. It's a really simple visual cue that can help me get my golf club being delivered a little bit more from the inside. So straight away, we've done 2 things which will influence the path and influence the face. The final thing is just a little bit of a release drill. What we'd love to do is, if you're missing out the right hand side, is, as we said, the club face is probably slightly open. We'd love it to be square, if not a little bit closed. So the final thing I want you to do is something around impact, and you're very, very simply going to feel that the toe of the golf club wins the race. So as I get towards sort of this position here, about a foot before the ball, I'm going to feel as if the toe beats the heel to the golf ball. And how do I do that? Well, with my hands and arms. I use a little bit of my kind of intuition as the golfer to try and, you know, twist that golf club and just get that toe working over a little bit faster through impact, which is going to start to close the face a little bit more than normal, and I start to be able to get that club face, which is a lot more neutral at impact. If you can do those 3 things, I'd almost guarantee that you'll stop hitting out to the right and you'll start hitting more fairways.